On Matt to start as usual. Welcome Jason back in. You got lots of love from your first go around, so we thought we might make this a two for Tuesday back from the 98 Rock days. What's happening,
Get the lid
gentlemen?
out. Sorry.
What's happening?
Yeah, how we doing, Jay?
I'm doing good. Everything's good. Thanks for having me again.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, I'm building quite a fan club, so
We got to give the people what they want.
Give the people what they
hopefully I
want.
won't end up squeezing you guys out.
Pretty soon it's going to be us gone and just Jason.
You'll be my
Hey, how
special
can we
guest.
expedite that, by the way?
Exactly. Hold on. Let me get to this and go to the
Taking years
slideshow.
off my life.
All right, here we go. How's that picture for the first one? Can y'all see it?
Looks great.
So, Kevin, again,
Yeah.
I know you don't have any channels because you're poor and can barely live in a shack and afford a Wi-Fi dial-up here with your old modem. Did you see the end of that Chicago game?
Yes.
Was that insane?
Yes. Okay, let me explain briefly because I know we're tight on time.
Please do. It's okay. I got the clock running. Go ahead.
If this isn't a Heath move, I don't know what is.
Okay.
So last week we wanted to watch the Notre Dame game, and it wasn't on regular TV.
Okay.
So we signed up for a free trial for DirecTV for like $120 a month.
Okay.
Came with what we needed, and we forgot to shut it off in time. Now I got DirecTV from, and I got to see a bunch of games. It was awesome.
Bet.
Good job.
You're funny, dude. You're all damn. So this is what they all do. Yeah, so that was a crazy end of the Washington game. Any comments on that Washington game, Jay?
No, that was pretty awesome. Other than the Bears screwed up. Obviously, number 29 was.
Yes.
Oh man, that's embarrassing.
The goofball.
But you got to have a guy back there.
Yeah.
Everybody, they all wanted to go for the ball. You got to have a guy back there. Noah Brown, former Cowboy, he was a beneficiary. The big thing is the time. They gave him too much. They gave him 13 seconds to scramble around to find room to unload the pass.
Yeah.
I've seen teams do this all the time, and
It's a drill, right,
It's a pressure
Jay?
on
It's
the
a
guy.
tip drill.
Yeah, and I don't understand. I understand they all want to jump up and get the ball or catch it or keep it away from the opponent. I totally get that. But I cannot fathom a reason why you would ever tip it up. I would always try to hit it down if I was going to touch it or not touch it at all. But to tip it up, it just invites chaos. And I'm like, why would you ever do that?
I don't know. Other than
taught
I guess
that.
their instincts kick in, and not
Yeah.
not the game situation. That's just the primal, the ball is in the air type of deal. I don't know.
Yeah, it
But,
could be.
There was a lot of exciting finishes last weekend. It was a great
Absolutely.
day for football. A lot of good morning finishes.
Yeah.
Enjoyed watching the Jets take a dump against the Patriots.
They couldn't believe
Yeah,
it.
it was
Pats
fun
did
to
that.
watch.
Right, yeah,
You
the
know,
Browns finally win one with Jameis Winston. He ate that W. All right, let's get to the first matchup. We got Mr.
That's one of
Camp
the grossest
Krusty.
things I ever saw was Jameis Winston eating that W. It's just disgusting. It's so creepy.
I know.
If you haven't
Completely.
seen it, don't watch it. It's gross.
Okay, the first game out of the chute was a nail biter. Believe it or not, Jay, I don't know if you noticed this. We went into, I know it's not you, but maybe you were paying attention. We went into Monday night basically at 50-50. It was wild.
It was exciting.
Very lucky with my Pitt defense coming through for me at 1708. I got lots of help from other players. 20 out of Jonathan Taylor. Great to have him back. Alvin Kamara, 18.2. I do realize I left some points on the bench, but that's because my guy was on injured reserve that morning, and he's playing by midday. I could not believe it. That was Puka Nakua. I didn't have him in at the time. That's okay. Myers gets me 17.2. Kamara, like I said, 18.2. 13 from Dalton Kincaid. 17. I end up with a very respectable 151, which was just enough to take down Greg, who unfortunately had Jordan Love come in and score 4.74. That
Injury.
hurts. Joe Mixon,
Yeah.
a few weeks in a row now, the guy's going off. He's having a heck of a run here over the last few weeks. The Sun God doesn't perform nearly as good as he was supposed to,
Nope.
but they got those points back from a Trey McBride. At this point, might even be the number one tight end of the league with a score of 23. It's been so dry. And Cortland Sutton for 20. Looking at his bench, Sam Darnell,
But yeah, you don't know that over Jordan Love. I get that.
exactly. And then Bucky Irving again. Are you going to sit him for Joe Mixon or Dobbins? Probably not. Anyway, what do you guys got on this one?
Kevin, even if you knew Puka was playing, you can't be blamed if you don't start him his first week back.
Thank you,
You
Jay.
want to see if he's healthy, if he's just a decoy.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
then for Greg, you got to have a good score to beat Greg this year. He's got a good team.
Got a good team.
What's funny is the Amon-Ra St. Brown, 8.7 points. That includes a touchdown.
Wow.
So yeah, it was the game script was ridiculous.
Was not,
They were
for
returning
him.
punts,
Mhm.
kickoffs. They were killing the Titans. There was no need to throw the ball or any of that. Although they did feed Jahmyr Gibbs pretty good. We get to that one when Don beat me.
Yeah.
Oh, Don loves that guy.
Yeah, he had 100 yards at halftime. He was running all over me, stiff arming me.
That's nuts. All right, well, thanks, boys. Next
All right, next up, we got my game versus Joseph.
And again, the hits just keep on coming. Joseph isn't going to win many games with 118. I'm sorry, brother. You had a tough day. ETN 0-0. Did he play? Do you guys know?
No, he did not.
No, he did not. I don't know why he left him in there.
He's been out a couple weeks. I'm not sure what happened there with Joe. A little premature Joe action.
That sounds like a Johnny move.
We got great scores out of Najee Harris, who hasn't had the best year so far, but he's coming into his own. Jamar Chase, man, that's all he throws to. I saw that game.
Yeah.
Holy Toledo, 20.4. Reed only comes up with about half as what he was supposed to. Same is true for Waddle and Cooper, who combined for 9.8 versus the 28.4 that he was supposed to get. That doesn't help much. On the flip side, Matthew, the hits keep on coming. Baker Mayfield, holy cow, what is he number? I guess we'll see later. The guy's having a heck of a year. Derrick Henry, 14.7, not terrible, but look at you. You oughtn't be the coach of the week for sure with that start. Triples up what he was supposed to, and Olave finally comes through for you. A little bit streaky, which I know you like a lot more
steady
Eddies, but this was an on week for him. You get it done with a very nice 160.4. Looking at the benches, Herbert with 30 and Cedric Tillman. How are you going to call that when the guy gets almost 30? Was projected single digits. Wow.
I mean, I wouldn't put him in over Waddle or Cooper, at least not on the first week. I mean, he just happened to have a crazy week this week, right, Jay?
Yeah, you don't see that coming. And let's ease off on this praise with the K-Dot and Kev. Everybody knew that was coming. I think last week on the show I called him the Bucks' new #1 target. So everybody saw that coming. Matt was at least smart enough to put it in. But let's give him credit for Baker Mayfield. Matt's really his draft. He drafted Anthony Richardson, looked good, but he's really gone downhill. Now he lost his starting job.
Now he ain't even
starting.
starting.
Mayfield off the waiver wire.
Yeah,
that was a nice hit for Matt. It don't matter who he throws to. Baker's awesome.
Was it Richardson or who was it where the TV, right when he threw that pick, they immediately cut to his backup on the side?
Yeah, Flacco probably looking at him like, really?
Oh, it was rough.
Yeah,
All
old
right.
man Flacco. Yeah, so nice to get the win. Sorry, Joe. Let's move on to the next one. Now we can talk about Jahmyr Gibbs. Kev?
Okay, Malibu Stacy's in another tough game. She finds herself on the winning side for once of a tough one. She gets a ton out of Jalen Hurts. We saw that game too. We saw a lot of games. It was awesome. That guy
Doesn't it
was
make you
going.
sick to watch him run in all those touchdowns?
Oh gosh,
Maybe
it's
not
like
you.
one after the other. And sure enough, they give it to the running back. He can't. That was
Saquon.
what's his face in New York. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Saquon.
I'm going to watch, and they come out for that Bush push play.
Yeah.
They ran that like 3 times.
Yeah.
Anyway, ends up getting it done. She loves Jahmyr Gibbs. Guy's having a season, 24.3 this week. Another 20 from McLaurin. She gets maybe one of the top scores of the week. It's going to be close, 165. And she may have, she's probably, oh, God, no, she left Laporte.
Why? Yeah, I should have highlighted him. Why did she leave him on the bench?
Well, going into that game, he was not looking great. And so she went with her gut, didn't pay off, but it didn't cost her anything.
No, she still won.
On the other side, those guys are F. Jay, this is you. Go Knicks. Who would have thunk it?
Look at Bo.
You would have thrown out some credit for some waiver wire action.
Holy
right there, baby.
Freedom. Devonta Smith for 20. 17 from Njoku. He is no Njoku. Cooper Kupp, great to see him back in the lineup, Jay.
Yeah,
I don't know if
back.
this is the first time you've had him in. DJ Moore, not too much, but that's at Chicago.
Mess.
Who's the quarterback in Chicago?
Caleb
Is it
Williams, I
Young
picked
kid?
him up.
think it's that young kid.
Caleb
right?
Williams. Yeah, Caleb Williams,
Yeah.
USC guy, right?
Yeah. He's going to be good. I was surprised you did not start Ramondre.
Yeah, that was a mistake. I didn't like the matchup with the Jets.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I had Kareem Hunt, Rashad White. They did okay, but that looks like it would have cost me the win. And then Daniels, of course, he was injured, so they didn't know if he was going to play.
Yeah.
So it turns out that I didn't really have to worry about him too much.
But you were right with Bo Nix. That's for hell. That's for dang sure.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
35.
The kid's getting it done.
And then on Dawn, she's got a good team. And it's funny, I'm watching the NFL Red Zone, and Laporta gets his touchdown. And I'm just cursing. I'm like, God damn it, she just killed me. And then so imagine my joy when I check the scores. I'm like, oh.
Right?
Okay.
She didn't even start him.
Yeah, no, it was not an omission or a mistake.
It was an honest, It was
an honest start. She thought it over and just went and gambled. Didn't work out, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thinking doesn't work in fantasy football.
Yeah, no doubt.
No doubt. That's right. Every time you guess it, it might be wrong.
If that was the case, I'd win every year. All right, next up, Dallas Hurts. Wow, look at how close this game was. Gentlemen, four quarterlies. Terry coming on, peaking when she needs to. Holy Toledo, she gets a tight one. 3-point win over Dallas Hurts. Poor cat. Let's take a look at these scores. Kirk Cousins. Holy Toledo, he and Bo Nix must be trained together during the week. 36.6. But not a lot. Oh, gosh, look at all those single-digit scores. The next four. KW3, Brian Robinson, Drake London, and Jalen Tolbert combined for well less than 40. Wow. Zach Ertz, though, comes through with 14.7. And George Kittle, thank God she started him and took our advice. Matthew, 26.8. Holy heck. And a decent day from the Bills. She finishes with 147. And she started him over Brock Purdy. That was a hell of a start.
Yeah.
Terry. Dallas Hurts. She doesn't have Hurts anymore. She got Mahomes. Boy, they love Mahomes on the TV, don't they?
Oh, my God. It's gross.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Another 20. Oh, look at that. A-Chain back.
Welcome back, A-Chain.
26.7 and 25 for Mr. Smith there. And then we've got, let's see, that's pretty much it the rest of the way down. Looking at the bench, CeeDee Lamb, she sat.
How? Why?
41.
I know San Francisco's got a good defense, but seriously, he's like one of the top receivers.
No, I did. So I looked into this one a little bit because that's clearly the difference between winning and losing for Cleveland this week. So what happened was, first of all, you got to know CeeDee Lamb was on a bye last week.
Right, okay.
Well, he was already on her bench. Well, I haven't talked to Caitlin yet. I was going to reach out to her, but Crystal tells me she broke her phone Sunday.
Oh, no.
Was out and about, broke her phone. She's supposed to get it, I guess, delivered, shipped a new one today, so I haven't talked to her. But I'm thinking what happened was, at some point, she couldn't make a lineup change, and she had to ride with it, apparently.
But she knows that she can call any of us, right? She knows she can call you, me, or Kevin. We can all manually put that in for her, right?
Yeah, she knows that. She knows she can reach out. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
You know what? And I've been drilling on her. She's been in this league since she was 15. I'm like, set that lineup on Wednesday.
Yeah, don't wait till the last minute.
Because that was always my fear. We used to go camping a lot. I'm like, I don't want to go without cell service. And I got to move my lineup around.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened to her. I haven't talked to her yet.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
That's not like her.
Sorry, Kat. That's a tough one.
That's a bad beat, as they say in the business.
Like I said, set your lineup earlier.
Yeah.
But you don't expect to break your phone or whatever happened there.
No, I get that.
All right, so here we are. Finally, it has happened.
Yes.
Wing Leader 13.
Good job, Sam.
Gets it done. Finally dethrones Nick's picks. He finally has a 1 in the L column. Way to go. Not that we're wishing Nick bad, but come on, we need a little bit more hope for
Nothing against Nick. It's just we don't like successful people.
That's right. We cheer for mediocrity around
That's right.
here.
Yeah, drag people down to our level here.
That's right. Let's see how she did it. Well, I can tell you how she did it. She got some little luck of the Irish with Kyron Williams, who's had a very solid year. He's been steady.
Yep.
But look at Lad McConkey.
That's who, Nate? I mean, who?
Yeah.
Who is that
Aren't
cat?
you a
Lad McConkey guy? You laughed at me for talking about, you jackass?
I never heard of him before this year, so that's what I
Yeah, but you've been bad-mouthing him every week.
Yeah, thank you.
And also, Kyron Williams doesn't look Irish to me, dude.
It's on his mother's side. Don't worry about it.
His mother's side. Tyrone Tracy.
34.22 from. Now, okay. All right. So whatever Kyron Williams is lacking in looking Irish, that is got to be the most Irish name in the NFL. Alad McCarthy, 34.22. Another 25 from Tyrone Tracy Jr. That's all you need. 157. Ends up taking down Nick's pick, who had an uncharacteristically low score. Again, very nice day. Lamar Jackson he's got to be close to the top. He's having a phenomenal year. Breece Hall, streaky this week for sure, 9.9. But James Cook comes through for 30. So he's looking good after the first three, and he's got double digits almost all the way down to the Bengals. He gets, -4 points. That's got to hurt. Although looking at his backup, look at that. Both of these combined for a -4.
That's hard to do.
The head is really tough.
Gosh.
I want to cool the herd a little bit on that bench.
Boy,
Somebody should be holding on to the Cowboys right now.
Yeah, I was going to say he might have gotten a perfect start, but he could have got less negative points with the Cowboys. Tough one.
And
Sorry,
he's
Nick.
always got he's got a nice team, obviously. I love watching James Cook play, and Malik Neighbors is awesome. But I can see the flaw in his lineup when you got to start a second New York Giant wide receiver, especially against the mighty Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. How many home games do the Steelers get? I see at least one primetime home game every week.
Dare you? It's going to be a lot on the road after the bye here, so you'll see a lot of that.
You're going to do an investigation? Turns out they've been getting 11 home games. Nobody even noticed.
How dare you?
All right. Well done, Wing Leaders 13. You finally did it.
Yes.
Nick, welcome to having scores in both columns like the rest of us.
Exactly. Let's move
What
on
do
to
we
the
got?
next one.
Okay,
Best
and then we
name
got-
update ever.
I love it. Hawk Tua on that Chubb box score. Don loved it. If you want to be totally, it's HAWK, but I do
I was going to
Don
correct
there
him, but
because it's,
we'll let him go.
we'll leave it. He ends up-
Wait. What? Correct what?
the spelling is actually HAWK.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but if you'll see, Todd, to make the joke realistic, he waited until he picked up Hawkinson.
Yep.
Tua.
Oh, I didn't get the
Yeah, the
Hawkinson
football
part. I
player,
missed that.
yeah, he
Very
thought
nice.
Hawkinson was
That
the
makes
first.
more sense. Okay.
So, no, he knows it's spelled wrong, but yeah, he's
Okay.
That makes
Well,
play on their
perfect
name.
sense.
Otherwise,
Yep.
otherwise it's not a fantasy football joke. It's just a
I love it.
middle-aged guy would say.
I love it.
And
Exactly.
then Nick Chubb, he's a guy. That fella, he's a running back for the Browns.
I got you.
I don't know
Oh
if you heard of
yeah.
him.
No, it's all.
I don't know if you heard
It's
it.
an accurate representation of
Nice stick.
starting lineup.
Kev's catching strays all over the place.
All right, we've got.
Should hot two on that thing.
Yeah, that's right. Five or six more than he was supposed to. DeAndre Swift, very nice, and Josh Jacobs. Boy, the trade that keeps
There
on
you
coming.
go.
He got over on you, Matt.
Yeah, look at that. Wait till you get to Kyle Pitts, that son of a bitch.
That's right. JJ 21.5, nice score. Kyle Pitts,
Oh,
streaky. You want to talk about this guy's had a streaky career if you look at year over year.
Yeah, he has.
This week, 25.1. Not a ton for Nick Chubb, but again, he's coming back. Is that right?
Yeah, he's working his way back.
yeah, and it should be
Frank's
getting
kinda slowed
better.
a little bit. We
Yeah.
got Tyreek's doing a little better, and then on Matt's side, you got Jamison Williams, getting suspended for PEDs.
And now there's a
He's got
shooting
have a
or
warrant
like
for
gun
a
in his
gun,
car.
so-
Jesus, dude.
Oh, Jesus. Well, he ended up getting this was a week of decent scores. 166
Yeah.
for Todd. Well done, sir. You end up taking down Kev, Uptown Burrow. Doesn't get a lot from Burrow, 13.8, but he does. Bijan Robinson comes through for 23. Darnell Mooney gets 18.6. But Chuba Hubbard and Debo, not much. I actually expected more from Debo because my guy, who I thought was a dynamite pickup off the waiver wire, still isn't playing. That's Juwan. We'll see what he
Juwan
does.
Jennings.
But
Juwan,
not
man.
a lot the rest of the way down. Ends up getting you 124. Kev, you got to move Marvin Harrison Jr. up. I think we talked about that last week.
We did.
Probably got to move him up. What do you guys think?
You have to with that kind of ceiling. I understand he probably has a low floor as well, but with that high ceiling, how do you not
Yeah.
start him every week? I mean, you drafted him as like as a top receiver on your team. I don't know how you don't ride him at least to see what he's going to give you throughout the year, but maybe that's just
Jay,
me.
what do you think? Are we focused too much on the name?
No, the reason there is a name is because of the talent and the skill and the knowledge you do the production. So I'm a start your studs kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm a name whore. I draft the names. I want to start them. I want that shiny on paper championship.
Yep. All right. Well, there you go, Kev. There's our input.
And then on Debo, he should have had more. He had a long touchdown called back.
Yeah.
And,
But isn't he also still recovering from
pneumonia?
pneumonia too? I think there's still that health thing that was going on with him, right? He wasn't 100% going into that game.
Yeah, he was still hitting oxygen on the sideline.
Right. Yeah. So I think if once he gets over that, clears that hurdle, maybe he'll be back to 100% and then start seeing the numbers that we've seen from him in previous times.
And who's the other guy? Ayuk? How did Ayuk do?
He's out. He was injured. Is he out for the season?
Yeah. See, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Ayuk out. Jawan's out. I figured for
They
sure.
got Parcell now, or Parcell. How do you say that, Jay?
Pearsall,
yeah, something like that. The guy that got shot earlier in the season, much like our guy last year, Kev.
So I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. Okay.
All right, moving on. Hey, here we go. Okay, so this is a breakdown for just last week. We have the half-season breakdown later, but who wants to take this? Jay, you want to take this, or you want me to
I'll
do it?
take this.
All right.
So the high score went to Todd. Hot Tua on that Chubb.
Nice.
There was a lot. The scoring was up this week. Todd had 166. There's a couple more people in the 160s, and then
Yeah.
I lost in the 150s. And
Yeah,
so
John
it
had
was a good week for
165,
scoring.
Yeah.
Bottom of the pile. It wasn't the finest week for Tasty Waves and a Cool Buzz. Well, this explains why Matt won.
I'll take it.
Took it. And Todd had the bragging rights with the 42-point win.
Mm-hmm.
And then Caitlin said the bad beat. It said the touchdown
Oh.
made all the difference on top of the fact that, with the whole
CD.
CD Lamb thing
Yeah.
on Sunday night.
That's tough.
And then it says Lucky Breaks, Gentlemen's Four Quarterlies. They went 5 and 6 against all play. But luckily, again, Cat didn't set her line up there.
That's right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
hey, you got to take luck in this league. You take any break you can
Yep.
get.
Mhm.
I was a beneficiary a couple weeks ago when Terry couldn't set her lineup. So,
Yeah, she missed Kittle. That's right.
and then on the other side, I was 7 and 4 against all play. Like I said, there were several people with higher scores than me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then a sharpshooter. Well, I guess you could tell who that is. Craig, whoever that is.
Broken watch is right twice a day, Jay. So don't put too
How
much
dare
into it.
you both?
And 100% accuracy. I'm assuming injuries and buys. He started whoever he had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the DST looks like Terry's Bills were 17 points. I was hoping to win that. I had the Broncos against the Panthers.
Yeah.
That should have been a
That
fat
should have been an easy one. Yeah,
total.
for sure.
But they gave up 14 points. So
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next
you
one.
Give up to Bryce Young.
Yeah, let's take it on to the standings, Mr. Heath.
Okay, here we go. Brockway, very competitive, 4-4. Wow, 500 record is beating that or leading
we're
that
slipping
division,
there.
just like others. But we'll see. Those guys are F's. J 3-5. You're only one game out of first. Hey,
Yeah, luckily, but the rest of my division lost. I just can't get my traction this year. Oh, and I lost Stephon Diggs during that game for the season. I'm not lying about that. So
Oh no,
Ouch.
no, that's
we
not
all have
good.
injuries, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be there at the end. I gotta get Christian McCaffrey back, hopefully.
That's all you
Yeah.
gotta do is get in there. Tasty Waves outside looking in at 2-6. He is 2 games out of first, 1 game out of playoff spot as of right now. Ogdenville, very, very tough. Both Wing Leader 13 and Camp Krusty, first to worst for both Matt and I. Wing Leader 13 holding down the middle spot. Well done, Matthew. You are now at 6-2, 2 games out in front of second place. Well done.
I think the whole
North-
division won their games that week.
That's right.
Yep.
So you
We
didn't
had
gain
to-
any ground on him, so
North
a good division
Haverbook,
right now.
there it is. Matthew highlights it. A1 in the L column. Not that it cost him too much.
No.
He's still alone out front by 2 games, and he's in a very safe spot because he is now 4 games ahead of third. But
Yeah.
that's a team who I think has won 3 in a row.
Yeah, she's on a run.
Be
yeah,
careful.
she picked up a game this
Greg.
week. She won. He lost.
That's right. Yeah, be careful, Greg. And then we finally get to Springfield, who, if you can get a winning record, you're almost guaranteed to find yourself in the big show. We'll see. Malibu Stacy's at 4-4, as is Hawk Tua on that Chubb. Again, like you said, Jay, last week, I do give Matt a lot of grief on that trade, but you're right. Todd's team has turned around too.
Yeah.
And then Dallas Hurts, 2 games out of first and second. So nobody is out of this
No,
yet.
it's far from over.
Yeah, everybody's still alive. If I'm Terry, she's got to be not perfect from here on out, but she's got to really be pretty sharp. And same for Caitlin, I think she's floundering a little bit. But yeah, even Joe's only one game out of the playoffs at 2-6. So
Yeah, we're halfway through the season and everybody's still in it. We're not even close to elimination just yet, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. How often have you won a quarter of your games and you're one game back out of playoffs? That's wild.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Games out of first. Yeah.
All right, moving on to the pickups today. There was really only 2 contests, and they went as expected, especially when you're going up against somebody like poor Todd, who has no money and will only be bidding 0 from here on out. Calvin Ridley, I take it back. Let's go to Josh Downs.
What are you bidding, big spender?
Hey, I bid $1, so I doubled up on that 0. Okay, so let's start with Josh Downs. He was the guy that he was the belle of the ball this week. Jason grabs him with 25. Looks like Mr. Clemens came in there with 11, and then both me and
That's a good bid, Jay. You had to get him, right?
Well, the thing is, I like Josh Downs. I had him on my team early in the year. He produced a couple nice games.
Yeah.
He works better with Flacco because he's an excellent route
Who's coming back, right?
And with Anthony Richardson more. After Richardson likes to scramble and improvise and everything.
Yeah.
So I needed room on my roster, so he was cut. And then 2 things happened. I had Diggs get hurt out for the season, and then Richardson got benched and Flacco's back, so I expect to spike back down. So yeah, I had to pay the price to go back and get him now that I lost Diggs. So I paid $25 for a guy that I owned 2 weeks ago. But that happens.
Yeah.
Well,
the one that amuses me is that, I put in a bid for Ridley, but I had.
You already picked up Downs.
So it didn't go through.
Yeah.
And Matt had a bid for Ridley, but he had another guy. So Todd with the 0 bids was like the third guy to bid on Ridley.
Yeah.
Todd was able to scoop in and get him because our 2 bids got canceled because the player
we already picked up
gone,
whoever it was.
He weaseled in there and got his guy. You got to give him credit there.
Yeah.
Well, I like the optimism of Matt going for Josh Downs for $0.
Hey, I thought maybe. You got to put it out there. If you never know. That might be the week no one goes for him. So
How
why not?
much money you got now?
I'm down to like 30-something bucks, so I'm very stingy with my dollars where I'm going to spend them.
I'm surprised you have that much. Okay.
Yeah, it's getting tight for me too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not Todd, but I'm seeing the end of it, and I'm trying to save some in case somebody comes up. I mean, I can't outbid most of the league because a lot of there's people I'm still sure have the full 200 this year.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna be able to outbid on some huge person that comes along, but maybe along the way I could get over at least the Todd hump if he goes for the same guy that I do.
Well, I would love to include money in trades, so.
Well, you can. I saw we agreed to that this year. We're just gonna have to kind of work it on the back end. Like we can put it out there. And we'll just have to we'll flash it or we'll add it to some chain to say, hey, this is what we're doing over here. Is we're doing this person and $20 or $10 or whatever you're going to give him.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it can definitely be added.
I bet I could buy or sell Todd my first round pick for $200 or something.
Exactly right. Start bargaining as it gets closer to get some money back. All right, let's move on.
It sounds dumb, but if you look at the first round, it's 50-50. Running back bust every year.
It totally it totally makes sense. So absolutely. Okay, so now this is the same sort of thing, Jay, but it's for the whole half season. So why don't you walk us through this one, and we'll see where everybody sorts out in the pile.
Yeah, so I mentioned Greg's got a good team, and look at that.
Look at that.
He's got a 1,225.
I thought that'd be Nick, but it turns out it's Greg.
And then to show you that genetics has absolutely nothing to do with it.
Ouch.
The previous womb mate there, the occupier, is the low scorer in the league, $975.
That's great.
So again, I think the suspicion is Joe was adopted, but
they just don't talk about it.
And then
next one.
Sam dominated Matt's team by almost 80 points. Whoa.
I don't like that one. I got to get rid of that thing.
That's rough. And so the high score this year. It says Greg had a 192, which is a nice score, but we usually get over 200.
Yeah, we've normally seen at least 200, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be interesting to see if we see that, or if the 192 stands. We usually get a couple. Over.
Mm-hmm.
And then
guys,
I can't read the whole thing on the next 3 because the screen's in the way.
Oh.
That's fine. There's nothing to see there.
Oh, there's lots of things to see there. First of all, it says we can't look away because poor Uptown Borough in week 1 clocked the lowest score, I believe, 72 points.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I benefited from that one.
And then we get two that Kevin would like to not see, which is Hot Streak, which is me, won their last 5 matchups, and then Lucky Run, same thing for me. That might explain the Hot Streak for the run, is 75% of their matchups, but only have a 59% win rate in the all
part
play.
of the schedule, yeah.
So I'm just playing some bad teams that are catching a bad day. Can you see the not so lucky for you?
I can see that one now.
Okay, take over.
Yeah, I mean I'm slightly below average on win rate, and then I'm 3-5 on the season, so I'm not that unlucky.
No.
Although I will point
No,
out,
but it's saying you're getting better scores. You just happen to be playing guys that happen to be getting better scores than you on that day.
That's right.
yeah, except for the 2 wins I have against Kevin for 72 and the other Kevin for like 95. So I've been gifted a couple wins from my guys. Kevin's got my back.
Right.
And then the sharpshooter, it says Nick is a fantasy savant.
But I like
starting sit is that's awesome. 97.2.
That's pretty
One of the
good.
worst things about fantasy football is the regret
Yep.
of who you benched and who you started.
Mm-hmm. But nice. I like that Malibu's right behind him with 92.7.
Yeah,
So good job,
yeah.
Don. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm going to get out of this, and we're going to pull up the actual thing. We'll look at some
Upcoming
matchups. We got
Well, the
about
Malibu Stacy's
6
good when
minutes
they bench
left, right?
Laporta, so
That's
that'll be
right. That's right.
Yeah, we should have about 6 minutes and
Yeah.
change left. So I'm going to go to the
Excuse my
scoreboard.
coughing.
No, that's fine. And then we can go to the scoreboard,
Gotta eat you through.
and we will take a look at whatever matchup you would like to see. I'll pull up.
Oh,
Oh, yes. Let's look at this.
on.
Oh, this is going to be
You
sweet.
are so good.
oh, we got another domestic situation.
I got Puka coming back. I got guys coming off of IR. You are in big effing trouble.
Oh, look at the check mark win, Matt. Kevin's already won the check mark battle.
Kev's already won the check marks.
And done.
Damn it.
And yeah, because without your Cade Otten, you got nothing.
You got nothing, buddy.
You
So
got,
you got
nothing.
some.
That's right.
Looks like you got some bye week replacements there.
Yeah,
Your
yep.
kicker's basically been carrying your team.
I'll be
He's
filling
been
those
awesome.
in.
Yeah, he's got
You don't
bye
start
week
Jalen Warren if you have
replacements.
to.
Spelled Biweak.
Dare you.
And then Kevin, remember that the Steelers are on a bye there, so.
Yeah.
No,
Don't
keep
worry.
that defense in, Kev. Just leave it as it is.
Don't worry, I'm on it.
So one thing about fantasy football hates a win streak. Matt's on this 5-game win streak, so clearly Kevin, that's all the analysis you need.
Yeah.
'Cause Kevin's going to win this one.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to beat
Probably
Kev.
by a couple dozen.
I think I agree. Thanks,
It
brother.
should be a
I'll do
good
what I
game,
can.
actually. Once Matt makes his bye-week adjustments. or
Oh,
whatever.
I can't wait. And then I've got some voodoo dolls here where I'm gonna fish for some snapped femurs for some of his running
How
backs.
dare you? Snapped femurs. You're horrible.
Here again,
Don't
looks
break
like I
any
should be able to
chicken
handle
bones.
Caitlin. She
All right.
really needs a win, but I don't care about that.
Yeah,
I'm
you
picking
gotta
me
think
here.
she's moving up. Has she already done it? Let's see. No, she's got to get.
She'll move in, yeah.
Sam back in there.
See-
My understanding is she's getting her phone today, and
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if she's at work, if she can use her work computer for that. Probably. I think she's in a work league, so
Oh, okay. If she needs help, let us know.
Yeah,
You
please
have
let
a-
us know. We're happy to help because there is a game tonight. I don't know if she has anybody going, but we're happy to switch out whoever she needs tonight.
that's tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night. Yeah, that's right. It's on Wednesday. I'm crazy.
All the other matchups, that Knicks Picks and Malibu Stacy's should be a good game.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
got some good scores going on there.
Yeah, Lamar versus Jalen. That's going to be a good one, and they're predicting pretty high scores too. I mean, if they're looking at if you just look at the averages, you're looking at 140s. So that could be another big scoring game, right?
Who does Terry play this week? Cause
Yeah, she's got to move up to the Niners.
She
Yeah.
needs
Terry's
win.
got
Terry
Sam.
comes up
She's
against
got her
the
hands
mighty
full.
Sam.
That's a tough one.
That's going to be a
Terry.
tough match.
Yeah. It
Although if
is.
Kirko Cousins has another 35, that could certainly help going against Dallas.
Boy,
Never know. She
He
has
shredded the Buccaneers this year.
a lineup over there, so she's got to pick out Ricky.
Yeah.
Replace him with
Ricky
somebody.
Tikki Tavi? Yeah, Ricky Tikki Tavi. Is he on a bye? Are they on a bye? Is San Francisco on a bye too? I didn't know if they were. They may be.
Yeah, they're on a bye.
Is McCaffrey supposed to come back after that bye, Jay? What have you been hearing about CMC?
That's what they said after the bye.
Sweet.
So we'll see there.
Nice.
Yeah, I imagine they'll ease him in, so I need to see him play before I can start him, I think.
All right.
Nice.
You know, when you have an injury that you're supposed to be back at the beginning of the year, and then it's 10 weeks later, I think I need to see it first. So
Yep.
I'm not going to upgrade. I'm just going to close this down. We're going back to the shot here. We're done looking at those. We got less than 2 minutes, so final thoughts. Jay, I know we're coming up to see you this week with some wood, right, sir?
Yeah, Matt, they're bringing the wood. I'm excited.
We're bringing the
about
wood
that.
come Sunday. You should have
Is
seen
that
me out
you?
there, Kev. I was
Yeah.
actually doing some work.
Is that a euphemism for something?
Yeah, it is. I was working Clemens' log splitter,
I don't want to know what you call
and it
that.
wasn't pretty, boys. I had no idea. I literally thought we were going to go up there and actually start breaking, chopping them. He has a log splitter where you just put the damn thing in there and pneumatically
You don't
pushes
do
it in
nothing.
and cracks it. So
Yeah.
we just had to keep loading logs, and then we're going to load them up with his scooper, his little, what do you call it, tractor. We're going to put those in the beds and then bring them up there on Sunday. So,
So
Yeah,
did
he's
he
got a
buy
tool for every
that?
job. He doesn't do any physical work, really.
yeah,
But
it's
We
awesome.
have the log splitter here, too.
Exactly.
Those are sweet.
Now, did Kevin buy that log splitter because he knew you were coming to help? Or?
Ah, funny jerkwad. No, it's because he has so many trees falling down his damn property. He has to break them up somehow. He's trying to he tried to sell the wood somewhere. Like somebody want to come up and drag it off, and he's like, they didn't give him the price he wanted. He's like, screw that. I'm keeping my own wood.
Exactly. Get off my property.
That's
I
right.
appreciate that. I'm looking forward to that.
That should be fun, man. I can't wait to see you. That's gonna be
Nice.
fun.
I got a cough.
Final thoughts. We're almost down to less
Excuse
than a
me, I know
minute.
it's
Wrap it up.
Stay classy, Bonestorm.
We'll see you next week. Thanks, Jason. We will post this today. I'm going to stop sharing here, and I'm going to stop this. Oh, no, I lost it. Stop down here. We're actually stopping ahead of time. I'm really impressed with this. Wait, where is it?